What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne. Thank you for joining me in another video. Today, I am excited to bring to you the all-new 2022 Hyundai Ioniq 5. This is a sleek looking vehicle, and to me, it's one of the few vehicles out there that look futuristic, but doesn't look like it's trying too hard to look futuristic. You know what I mean? And it has some retro aspects to it that we'll get into a little bit later as well. So what type of vehicle is this? Obviously, this is an EV. EVs are some of the hottest vehicles out right now. So who is the competition when it comes to the Ioniq 5? You're looking at the Kia EV6, the Tesla Model Y, and the Mustang Mach-E. So it's going after those type of crossover vehicles. This is just truly an amazing vehicle, especially since it's from Hyundai. 10 years ago, you wouldn't even be caught dead looking at a Hyundai, but now they're all the rage. And just wait till the Genesis variant comes out. So a luxury EV. Right now, if you ask me, Hyundai and Genesis are just killing the game right now. So what we're looking at here is the limited all-wheel drive model, which has a range of about 256 miles. Now there's some lower end models and a mid-tier model that gets about 303 miles of range as well. So today, I want to take a look at the exterior and interior of this Ioniq 5, which has a base price of around $40,000. As shown, this one is $56,000 as it's a limited and all-wheel drive model, and see how this ride has been engineered for excellence. Now for me, the front of this vehicle is one of my favorite angles to look at. I love this fresh design. It is simple, futuristic, and retro at the same time. So if you look at the headlamps, you have the daytime running lamps, but they look like they're made out of pixels or blocks. It has a really nice, unique sort of 80s design and flair to it. I really love that. If you remove this Hyundai badge, you would not be able to tell who made this car. That's how out of this world it looks. Now, of course, you have some gloss black here with some pixels there as well. Pixels are the overall theme to this vehicle. You'll see as we look over it some more. You have a front-facing camera. Nice accents here to break up the white and the black. Coming lower, you do have two panels that open and close to provide cooling to that battery. So right now they're open, but they're able to open and close and provide cooling as needed. I think that's really neat. Now, if you open up the hood, you just have the electrical components that you would find in an EV vehicle with a little bit of storage. Now your motors, there's gonna be one motor up front and one motor at the rear. Your horsepower is gonna be 320 horsepower. You're getting 446 pound-feet of torque. Your 0 to 60 time is gonna be 4.9 seconds. Your range is gonna be 256 miles for this limited all-wheel drive model. Now, as I mentioned before, there is a mid-tier model available, giving you 303 miles of range, if range is your top priority for an EV like this one. But overall, I just absolutely love the styling. I love what they did with this, and this vehicle truly makes me excited to see what else Hyundai has in store, especially when it comes to the Genesis brand. When it comes to the side profile of the Ioniq 5, it's not even up for debate. This SUV is eye-catching. I've taken it to the grocery store and various other locations, and every time I've come out, there have been people taking a look at the car because they're curious as to see what it is, because it looks like nothing else on the street right now. Now, one of the first things that's gonna catch your attention is this diagonal crease going along the vehicle's length. That's unlike anything I've ever seen on a vehicle recently. So that's very unique. It looks almost like an origami type design. It's really neat. Now you're getting 20-inch wheels, and these wheels kind of have a retro effect to them as well. They're done in gloss black, which serves as a great contrast to the white paintwork as well. This is a nice sized vehicle, and I love the accents that go along the bottom of the vehicle all the way up to the wheel arches as well. Now, if you look closely at the wheel arches, they kind of have this radial or cyclonish design to it. So it's sharp lines everywhere defining the side profile of this vehicle. Now, on the other side of the vehicle, you'll notice you'll have a charge port, which is fully electronic. You can simply either use the key fob or press your finger. The flap will pop up and you could charge right there with your charge port. It also has a display system that shows you how much of a charge that you do have, so that's nice as well. Now, speaking of charging, if you go to a rapid charging station, you can go from 10% to about 80% in just over 15 minutes. That is extremely incredible, especially when you look at the charge times of the Ioniq 5's competition. So that is noteworthy. Press the button on the inside of the flap and the door electronically closes, goes nice and flush with the car's bodywork. And speaking of flush with the car's bodywork, you also have flush mounted door handles that pop out as the car is unlocked. Obviously I have it unlocked right now for display purposes, but when the car is locked, they slip in and look nice and flush and give a nice streamlined appearance to the side profile of the vehicle. The back of the Ioniq 5 truly has unique styling, and I just think it just looks incredible. This vehicle looks incredible from every angle in my opinion. So we'll start off with the spoiler that sits on the roof. It's elongated. I love the way it comes out, and it also has some aero features so air can pass through the spoiler and over it as well. I think that's nice. But my favorite feature is easily the rear tail lamps. Look at how this light band goes all the way across the rear of the vehicle, helping pronounce its width. Now, if you look closely, again, you'll see these pixels all over the light band. It kind of looks a little like the 80s, how it's been done in pixels. So I love the tail lamp setup here. It is truly unique. And then of course it says Ioniq 5 in white lettering. That matches the vehicle as well. And then I love these colored accents as well. Now, since this is a crossover, we'll talk about storage capability. Of course, you have an electronic hatch. With the rear seats up, you have 27.2 cubic feet of storage. If you drop the second row, you have about 59 cubic feet of storage. One touch, it comes down nice and slowly. I really love those tail lamps. That just looks incredible. Coming lower, you do have additional styling, and I love how they incorporated the reflectors within the styling here as well. I think that's pretty slick. And of course, you have a rear diffuser as well. So we covered the exterior portion of this review. Let's go ahead and hop into the interior and see what the Ioniq 5 has to offer. Sitting inside the Ioniq 5, the first thing that hits you is how open this interior is, because you have this floating dash. There's no center console here, so you just have a whole bunch of space, and then a massive panoramic roof, which just adds to the openness of the interior. So starting at the top of the dash, you do have a soft touch material with simulated stitching there. Dual 12.3-inch display systems. I really like how they've been done in a non-reflective finish. I hate when they're too reflective and you get nothing but a bunch of glare. This is a nice matte finish, and I like how it's been done in white instead of the typical gloss black that you see in the automotive industry. Checking out the infotainment system, it's nice and responsive. You have the home screen here, which displays your weather and battery information as well. You can tap there, gives you a close-up and tells me there's 1.5 miles to the next charging station. So I have 48% of my battery there, 121 miles of range, and if I want to charge, the closest station is just 1.5 miles away. That's pretty neat. You can swipe over. You do have your different climate settings. Let's hit warmer and ventilation. So you have controls for your ventilated and heated seats here, as well as your heated steering wheel. Now, I do wish there was a physical button on the steering wheel for the heated steering wheel setting, but it's not too hard to get to in this infotainment system as well. This infotainment system is fairly easy to use. You have your navigation, valet mode, quiet mode, your phone projection system. Of course, this vehicle has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as well. Scrolling over, you do have your radio, media, Blue Link, different settings there. That's really neat. Now, one thing I would like to show you guys is if I put the vehicle in reverse, you'll notice it has a crisp image of the camera system around the vehicle. Now I can hit this button here and it allows me to swipe, and I can just see a complete 360-degree view around the vehicle. This is one of the sharpest camera systems I've seen. This is really neat and makes parking in tight spaces a breeze. This is just really cool. So I'll go ahead and put it in park and exit out of that. Coming lower, you do have your air conditioning vents, your button for your hazards, and then physical buttons, hotkeys for your map, navigation, media, just to make it easier to use, and a volume knob as well. So not everything is touchscreen. Now you do have capacitive buttons here for your climate control. I do wish those were physical buttons because they can be a little challenging to use when you're driving. But aside from that, I do like the overall setup here. I think it looks nice and modern and goes well with the exterior design of the vehicle. Coming over to the steering wheel, it's wrapped in black leather. I like how it's been done. There isn't a Hyundai badge located here at all. Instead, all you have are 4 squares to match with the overall pixel theme that you see on the headlights, the taillights, and even on the seats. I think that's really nice and clean. Now, there is a drive mode knob there for your eco mode, normal mode, or sport mode. In my opinion, every mode in this vehicle is eco mode, but that's just me. Behind the steering wheel are 2 paddles for adjusting your regen settings as well. So the regen braking can either be a little bit more aggressive or lighter depending on how you prefer. The instrument cluster is easy to read, very clear and vibrant on this 12.3-inch display screen. The setup is unlike anything I've ever seen in any vehicle as far as how the speed is displayed and the power that's being used is displayed. That's pretty interesting. And of course, it has your battery charge level as well. Now on this side, I did notice this is just a magnetic pad. Maybe you could put things up here for decoration. I'm not sure what the overall purpose of that was. It is pretty neat how you can just stick things up there though. That's probably what that was there for. But overall, I am impressed with this layout. Now the seats are extremely comfortable. Like I said before, you're getting 3 levels of heating and cooling as well. And it does have the pixelated design incorporated in the seats as well. So that is a nice touch. I love how the theme's been carried out throughout this entire vehicle. You do have 2 cup holders in the center here, 2 USB ports and wireless charging as well, and a nice sized armrest. You can lift that up for additional storage. You could probably put a bag or a purse there. Now coming over to the door panels, they do have that simulated stitching. Floating door handles really look nice. I love the overall design of the door panels here. Of course, controls for all 4 windows, your side view mirrors, and a little bit of storage on the bottom. Let's go ahead and check out the rear. Seating in the rear is quite spacious. I must admit, that was quite the surprise once I hopped in the second row. So I'm 5'11", I have plenty of headroom and plenty of legroom. I'm sitting behind myself. I didn't adjust the seats at all, and I'm just amazed at how much rear seat legroom is back here. That's a definite plus. I like the way the back of the front seats have been finished with this material here. And then of course you do have storage nets on the bottom of the front seats as well. Now you do have 2 USB ports here for storage. The door panels are done in the same quality that you saw up front. You do have shades here. I love the door handles, and then ventilation here done in silver accents as well. I love how that's been highlighted. And then of course, a wonderful view from this huge panoramic roof. So overall, sitting in the back is quite comfortable for this size. I'm truly shocked at the amount of leg room back here. Let's go ahead and get the Ioniq 5 out on the street and see how it handles. All right, so we are out in the Ioniq 5. I keep on wanting to say iconic. I hope I haven't said that in the review so far. But first impressions, as you would expect for an electric vehicle, this thing is extremely quiet. Really quiet, one of the benefits of having an EV. But overall, the ride quality is nice and smooth in the weeks that I've had it. Definitely a comfortable ride. Is it the most exciting car to drive? Not really, but it's not really marketed to be that. This is marketed to be an efficient crossover. It's just an EV crossover, and I think it succeeds in that segment. So overall, this thing is loaded with all the safety features that you would come to expect from Hyundai, meaning that you have the rear cross traffic assist, the front collision avoidance, the lane keep assist, you have blind spot monitoring. All those safety features are packed into this car as well. And it just really makes for a nice overall package. That, and of course, the technology that you get with the Apple CarPlay, the Android Auto, the Bluetooth, you know, all the typical features that you would want can be found in this vehicle. So, on top of all of those features are already listed, I noticed that I have a nice sized head-up display system, which is fairly easy to read. You guys probably can't see it, but trust me, it's there. I like how the speedometer is displayed up there, really nice and vibrant. It's not overwhelming, and the head-up display system is also adjustable. The regen braking, again, there are 3 different settings of that. So depending on what you favor, you can adjust it accordingly. Acceleration, I'm flooring it now. So the get up and go is there. Like I said, this has about 446 pound-feet of torque. So passing somebody on the highway or something like that, that's not a problem in this vehicle. It has decent acceleration. And of course, this is the all-wheel drive limited model as well. So take that with an ounce of consideration when you look at the MSRP. Definitely love how the camera displays the blind spot whenever I have a turning signal on. I said that in previous videos. I think every car should have that safety feature. It's definitely a plus. Now the seats are what you would expect. They're nice and comfortable. I have the ventilation on because Hyundai seems to do a really good job at seat ventilating. They're some of the best seats in the game. Yeah, the acceleration is definitely more than enough in this vehicle for sure. Now the leg room up front is nice, but again, where this vehicle really shines is the second row. A lot of vehicles in this segment kind of forget about the comfortability of the people in the second row, and this car definitely delivers on providing that leg room that you wouldn't expect. You have the USB ports everywhere, front and rear, like we discussed. So everything that you would want in a vehicle is here. Now I must say, if it was up to me, if I was in the market for an EV, this is one personally that I could get behind because I really love the looks of this car. It has the futuristic look without trying too hard to be futuristic. And it has those retro styling accents with the square block headlamps and the tail lamps. It almost looks like a calculator from back in the day or something like that. And I just think that looks really cool. This is one of the coolest looking cars I've tested in quite some time, in my honest opinion. And the wheels to me match with the overall retro theme. They're really just striking. So I think this is something that Hyundai really knocked out of the park in terms of design. I just can't get enough of how cool this car looks, and everywhere I take it, people have asked me questions about it. So definitely let me know what you guys think about this vehicle. When it comes to the styling, is this something that you would favor over the Tesla Model Y or the Mustang Mach-E or the Kia EV6? Let me know what you guys think. Personally, I think the Teslas are just overdone. I don't think that they're great looking cars, and I think too many people have them simply because that just seems to be the brand that's in. I think this offers a unique take on what an EV can be, and I'm really excited to see what else Hyundai is going to be bringing to the table, especially with the Genesis lineup. Just from the exterior alone on this vehicle, before you even get to the interior, which has been done nicely in this one as well, this car is really just coming in swinging full force. Let me know what you guys think, and that concludes the driving portion of the review. So that was a brief overview of this Hyundai Ioniq 5. I must say, I like this car way more than I initially expected. I've completely fallen in love with its looks because it doesn't look like anything else on the street. It looks futuristic and retro at the same time, and that's something I just absolutely love about this vehicle. Now, when you're looking at EVs like this one, you have to really take into consideration how you think about range. You have to start looking at things differently. When you go to the gas station, you fill up the tank, but when you go to a fast charger, you can charge from 10 to 80% in just over 15 minutes. So you don't have to go to 100%. You don't have to top off with an EV, right? You're not going to be doing long distance driving every day. So you can get up to an 80% charge in just 15 minutes. So that's enough to just chill out or go into a restaurant or go for a walk in the mall where all these fast charging stations are located. So you have to think about it that way. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comment section. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, I'm Ben Wayne, the automotive reviewer that YouTube deserves.